Is this real? Am I really coming back home with you and Beth and Douglas?
I think it's about time, don't you?
I really didn't want to pressure you, you know.
No, I know. And I'm grateful for that. It's just, honestly, I'm more worried about you, especially recently, but hopefully now that you have your life back and your family.
And my wife. My beautiful wife.
I know it hasn't been easy, but that's over now. All that's over now.
I never said your son was a murderer.
You implied as much, and I resent it.
You resent me asking questions that are pertinent to this investigation.
I resent you walking into my office and asking questions about some low-life drug dealer while simultaneously pointing a finger at my son for something he had nothing to do with.
I wasn't pointing a finger at your son.
I swear to God, if the next words out of your mouth, I was just doing my job.
I am just doing my
well,
job.
Maybe you need to do a better job.
And in this case, part of that job is to track down anyone connected to Vincent Walker. More specifically, anyone with a motive to run him over. And that includes your son.
So you remember to pack your sleep mask? Because you know you can't drift off at night without it.
No, I can't, and I blame you for that. I mean, I got addicted to the damn thing when we were married.
You always wanted our bedroom to be pitch black, and I always wanted a nightlight on. It's called compromise. So, all right, you're only gone for one night, right?
Yeah, just a quick trip to Chicago. Nobody will even know I was gone. Nobody will even miss me.
Not even your wife?
Eric is definitely disillusioned with me. I may never fully regain his trust.
It may feel like that right now, Quinn, but things can change. Especially if there's still love between you two.
Well, there is for me. And I believe there is for Eric as well. That love is being tested. And I'm scared as much as I want my marriage. My husband may not feel the same way.
That's a stupid question. Of course, Quinn will miss you. I remember all too well how I would miss you when you were away. How lonesome that big bed of ours would get without my honey bear next to me. And I'm sure your wife feels the same way. Do you want me to get Quinn before you leave?
No, that's not necessary. We've already said our goodbyes.
I know what you're gonna say. Hang in there, Quinn. You and Eric can work through anything.
I think it's sound advice, knowing how much you want your marriage.
I do. Eric is everything to me. And although I know he's been married many times before, I think my days as Mrs. Eric Forrester may be numbered.
You want to talk about motive? Your boy Vinny was a drug dealer, and I'm sure he's into all kinds of other unsavory illegal activity. He must have had dozens of people from his seedy life that wanted to see him exit this world.
You may be right. And we'll track them all down if that's where the investigation leads. But right now, I'm asking about your son. Now, you said that Liam isn't showing up for work today?
That's what I said. You want to read something into that, too?
I don't know, Mr. Spencer. Should I?
I've seen the toll this separation has taken on you, and it's changed a lot, all from one terrible night.
I don't want to think about that right now. I just want to celebrate this moment, celebrate you. Just know that I'm going to spend the rest of my life cherishing you.
as the exceptional wife and mother that you are. Because you have no idea. You have no idea what a gift. What a gift this is. This is a lifeline, Hope, and I'll never really be able to tell you how much it means to me.
You know you can talk to me about anything, right? I mean, even if that anything has to do with your marriage.
I'm not sure how my current wife would feel about that, but thank you.
Current wife. So that's how you're referring to Quinn these days. You know, I could read all sorts of things into that one. Question is, should I?
Hey, don't do that. Now, you're not going to be Eric's ex-wife number whatever. Look, yes, I know you guys are going through some things, but don't doubt yourself or your marriage.
That's easy to say, except when your husband is pulling away from you, both emotionally and physically. You know, at least one good thing is that I don't think anyone around here has picked up on Eric and I being off. And if we don't fix things, especially with Brooke and Ridge out there waiting to take me down. I mean, those two, they would love nothing more than to see me gone from Eric's life for good.
I don't know about that.
Oh, come on. I do. Especially Brooke. I mean, the woman hates me. She's made it her life's mission to undermine me to my husband. Of course, I gave her all of that ammunition, you know? What Shauna and I did to her and Ridge's marriage. I kind of don't even blame Eric for siding with Brooke over me, but I'll tell you, it hurt like hell when he did.
I can understand why.
You may be the only one. It feels like such a double standard when it comes to Brooke. You know what I mean? It's like she can make the most grievous mistakes, right? She can devastate the people that she's supposed to love the most, her family, and then all she has to do is turn on the waterworks, and all is forgiven. Meanwhile, I screw up, and it feels like I have to atone for what feels like forever. I don't know, Carter. Maybe there's too much damage. Maybe I've lost Eric forever.
You guys can get it back. Just have to be patient with each other and work as hard as you know how to rebuild his trust.
If you're trying to bait me, you're wasting your time.
Not at all.
Good. Then I guess we're done here.
Not quite.
All right. Let me save us both a lot of time. This was either a drug deal gone wrong, a hit and run, or both. Those are the only two scenarios I see.
And that explains why you're a business mogul and not a detective.
Excuse me?
There's got to be at least one more possibility. Steffi Forrester's paternity test results. What Vincent Walker did incensed a number of people, including, I'm sure, your son. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that Liam was downright furious. Wouldn't you agree?
Are you asking me if Liam was furious enough to kill Vinny?
That's the question, Mr. Spencer. As Liam's father, as someone who knows him better than anyone, do you have an answer for me?
There's just no way I'm ever going to thank you enough for opening your heart, for finding a way forward. And I'm not so sure I deserve it after that night. But as much as I wish I could erase it, all I can do is be grateful for you for what's ahead for us and our family. Whew, I can't wait to tell my dad that I'm coming back home. We're gonna have a life together. This is amazing.
I can't wait either. To start rebuilding our future together.
I needed this. You so much. God, I love you. I love you. I really love you.
Thank you for listening. So what's the damage? What's your hourly rate again?
So you think I'd be a good marriage counselor?
I think you would be good at anything you do, Carter.
Just remember, don't lose faith, right? Things may seem bleak, but I'm rooting for you and Eric.
Well, I'm doing the same for you and Zoe. All right, well, I am going to go find Eric and say goodbye to him, even though I've already said goodbye, but I'm hoping maybe I can get him to miss me just a little bit.
That's it. I think that's everything.
Not quite. Your tie.
My tie, what about it?
It's...
Donna, there's a courier at your desk who needs your signature ASAP.
Oh, okay, I'm on it. Safe travels.
Can I do something for you, Quinn?
Just wanted to tell you that I'm gonna miss you. And I hope you'll miss me too.
I know how concerned you've been about Liam.
It's been hard for him. It's been hard on all of us. And I still do feel like there's something more going on. But what really matters is that Liam needs me. And I need him.
So, what are you saying, sweetheart? You've finally forgiven your husband?
You have met my son.
Of course.
All right, then you have to know how ridiculous it is to even imagine him killing anyone. Liam is against violence of any kind. I mean, he wouldn't hurt a fly, let alone a person.
I understand that. But Vincent Walker changing those paternity test results, that had to be humiliating for Liam. It ruined his marriage, disrupted his family. If anyone had a right to be livid, it was your son.
Liam doesn't get livid. And he doesn't mow people down with a car because they done him wrong. That's just not who he is.
Dad, you're not gonna believe this.
Liam.
Dad, you gotta hear this. Hope forgave me.
That's great,
I get
son.
to move back home.
Well, that sounds like some great, great news. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions about the death of Vincent Walker?
Hate it when you leave.
Well, it's a short trip.
I can always go with you.
Look, I'll be gone less than 24 hours. You won't have a chance to miss me even.
Of course I'll miss you. Come on, the house is gonna feel empty without you. And in bed, I'll miss having you by my side.
It's only one night, Quinn.
Sometimes one night can feel like forever. maybe when you get back, we could try to, close again.
Quinn, like I said, I'm not ready yet. Bye.
Eric, call me when you get there. And, I love you.
It's what you've been hoping would happen.
Yes, but honey, only if you're ready. I mean, that was the point of the whole separation, to give you time to process your feelings.
No, I know. It's just seeing Liam struggle just made me realize how much I love him, and not having him here in the home, it just showed how much it's costing our family. I mean, Beth and Douglas, they miss him so much, and especially our daughter. And, I know what that's like. I had an absentee father, and...
Oh, honey, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, Mom, no. You were great, and you gave me an amazing, amazing life, and that's what Liam and I want for our children, and so, he's moving back in.
Oh, what?
Liam's coming home.
That's wonderful. I'm so happy for you, sweetheart. For all of you. And I'm thrilled that you could forgive Liam. I know you wanted to do that.
Yes, I mean, it's still going to be a process. It can't happen all at once, but I love him with all of my heart, and nothing is ever going to come between us ever again.
I think we've covered the absurdity of Liam being a murderer.
Absurd or not, your son is able to speak for himself.
Of course I can. What would you like to know?
From what I understand, your marriage to Hope Logan took a hit, largely because of the pregnancy of Steffi Forrester. Well, initially everyone thought that the child she was carrying belonged to you, only to find later that Vincent Walker had changed the paternity test
We've got a corporation to run, and we're going over this old news.
I can't imagine how upset you must have been with Vince Walker. Clearly, you loved your wife and your family, and he was trying to take them from you. That would have been tragic enough if something similar hadn't happened to you before. I think you can see where I'm going with this, right? And why I have to ask if it ever crossed your mind.
Did what cross my mind?
Killing Vincent Walker.
All right, that's it. You are out of line.
What he did to you and your family. Did you, Liam? Did you murder Vincent Walker?
Of course he didn't murder the guy. Tell him, Liam. Tell him.